Imagine an ancient kingdom so powerful that even the mighty pharaohs of Egypt feared them. A lost dynasty buried beneath the sands, forgotten by time until now. What secrets lie hidden in the ruins of Nubia's greatest rulers? And why did history try so hard to erase them? For centuries, history books have told us that Egypt was the dominant power of the ancient world. But what if we told you there was another civilization, just as advanced, just as powerful, right next door? The kingdom of Nubia, also known as Kush, once rivaled Egypt in wealth, military strength and culture. Their rulers, the Black Pharaohs, not only conquered Egypt but ruled as its kings for nearly a century. But then, they vanished. What happened to this lost dynasty? Why did Egypt and later historians work so hard to erase their legacy? And could we still be missing key pieces of their story? Stick around, because we're about to uncover the mysteries of Nubia's lost dynasty. The biggest challenge in understanding Nubia is that much of their history has been either destroyed or rewritten by their rivals. Egypt, Rome, and later European archaeologists dismissed Nubia as nothing more than an offshoot of Egyptian culture. But recent discoveries prove that Nubia was its own powerhouse, with a unique identity, traditions, and influence that stretched across Africa and beyond. So how did Nubia rise to power? What made it such a threat to Egypt, and why was its history erased? The birth of Nubia. How did this civilization begin? Archaeological evidence traces its origins back over 5,000 years. The Nubians thrived along the Nile, building powerful trade networks with Africa, the Middle East, and the Mediterranean. Their earliest cities developed independently of Egypt, with distinct customs and governance. Gold and power. Nubia controlled some of the richest gold mines in the ancient world. This wealth made them an economic superpower and a major supplier of gold to Egypt. The gold trade fueled their rise, making them essential to Egypt's economy. But Nubia didn't just provide raw materials, they had their own artisans and traders who exported exotic goods, including ivory, incense, and precious stones. Egypt versus Nubia. The relationship between Egypt and Nubia was complex. Sometimes they were allies, trading partners, and even intermarried. Other times they were bitter enemies. The Egyptians often raided Nubia for resources, but Nubia also conquered Egypt, most notably during the reign of the 25th dynasty, when the Nubian pharaohs ruled over both lands. Unlike Egyptian rulers, Nubian kings and queens often ruled together, with women like Amanirenas playing powerful roles in leadership and warfare. The Black Pharaohs, the most famous Nubian rulers, including Piashabaka and Taharka, took control of Egypt and brought a golden age of stability. Pia's conquest of Egypt was not just a military victory but also a cultural shift. He restored traditional religious practices, revived temple-building projects, and reinforced the idea that Nubian rulers were divinely chosen. Taharka, one of the most well-documented Nubian pharaohs, was even mentioned in the Bible for his role in resisting Assyrian invasions. Nubian pyramids and architecture. Unlike Egyptian pyramids, which were massive structures designed for a single ruler, Nubian pyramids were smaller and more numerous. Over 200 pyramids still stand in Sudan, evidence of a long-lasting royal tradition. The Meroitic period saw the construction of advanced water reservoirs, known as hafirs, which allowed Nubians to thrive in arid conditions. The writing system of Nubia. While Egypt's hieroglyphs are well known, few people realize that Nubians developed their own script, Meroitic. This language remains largely undeciphered, meaning there is still a vast amount of unknown history locked within their inscriptions. Could it hold the key to lost Nubian secrets? The fall of Nubia. Over time, Nubia faced invasions from Rome, the Arab world, and internal decline. The rise of the Aksumite Empire in present-day Ethiopia put additional pressure on Nubia. Their capital cities like Meroe were abandoned, and their written records disappeared. This led to centuries of mystery surrounding their history. However, the Nubians continued to resist foreign domination, with rulers like Queen Amanirenas successfully waging war against Rome, forcing a rare peace treaty. Recent excavations and new technology, including satellite imaging, have uncovered lost pyramids, temples, and texts that are rewriting Nubia's history. These discoveries prove that Nubia wasn't just a shadow of Egypt, but a civilization with its own innovations, culture, and influence. Nubian culture also survived in modern Sudan, influencing local traditions and identity. One of the most stunning discoveries was the unearthing of dozens of pyramids in Sudan, more than in Egypt. These pyramids, belonging to Nubian kings and queens, prove that Nubia wasn't just a shadow of Egypt but a unique civilization with its own architectural and religious traditions. The story of Nubia is one of resilience. Though their empire may have fallen, their legacy lives on. The world is finally beginning to recognize their contributions to history, art, and culture. But there's still so much more to uncover. If you enjoy our journey, please like and subscribe to our channel. And if you like our content and want to support me, you are welcome to buy me a coffee. The link is in the description box below.